Hey there ninjas, hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to try and explain silo structures, so stay tuned. Okay, so what are silo structures? Silo structuring your website is basically organizing your site so it is relevant to each piece of content that you're writing. So basically you've got your categories, and in that category you only talk about that specific topic. So you can imagine you've got 5 jars of jelly beans. They've all got different colors. So you'd organize each jelly bean in the color in a separate jar. So if you could imagine a jar of jelly beans and they've all got different colors, it's just going to look all scattered. That's kind of like if you had your website and you had all different articles just thrown on to your website. It's going to look all scattered. It's going to be hard to find relevant content that you're looking for, and it's going to be harder for search engines to crawl your site and understand what it's all about. So the better you can structure your site, the more it's going to be easier for your readers to find the content they're looking for, and it's also going to be easier for you to present the content that you want them to see, because if they're searching for a certain topic, you want them to only really see content that's related to that topic. That way you can deliver products or offers to them suited for that topic. So with this image that I've got here, it's just a basic image, and it's trying to use an example of golfing. I'm not much of a golfer. I did play when I was younger. So if we've got a website and you've got the home page, and it's, you could have a static home page or a dynamic home page. So the difference between those two are: a static home page is one that doesn't change, it's just static, and a dynamic homepage is maybe you've got your latest blog post, or maybe you're always updating it and it's always showing different content. So with that homepage, so you're going to want to organize your content into categories. So using this golfing example, you could have a category about driving. So when you're teeing off as a golfer, you could have a category for putting. That's probably my worst part about golf, is trying to learn how to putt. Golf equipment, so you could talk about all the different types of equipment and do reviews and things like that, or share your thoughts about golf equipment. And pro golfers, so you could be talking about the people that are doing really well in golf. You could talk about tournaments and pro events and things like that. So as you can see with the diagram, in the green section, this is all about driving. So we're going to write articles that are all about what you need to know about driving. And the best thing to do when creating a site is just try and be as helpful as possible. Doing tutorials, guides and things like that are a really good way of getting your helping your reader, because as you know, they're going online to search, or going onto Google to search for questions and solutions, or find the things that they're trying to find. So if you can give them really good advice or help and structure your site so it's easy for them to digest, then the better your conversions are going to be, the better your rankings are probably going to be, and the easier it is for search engines to crawl your website. So what I would do, I'd have a driving category, or a category for your first category, and then just write content related to that category or that topic, and just keep everything all organized within that. So with WordPress, for example, I'll use WordPress because it's one of the most popular. You can create a category, and then every time you write a post, you select that category, and that post will go into that category. And if someone clicks on the category link, all those posts that you chose for that category will display on that page or in that category. So with silo structure, it's all about relevancy. It's all about keeping things organized and making sure that you're keyword is, or your pages, sorry, are themed towards your keyword. So the green is themed towards driving. So I'd just continue writing more and more articles about driving tips and keep it in that category. So within this, I wouldn't link to putting, because putting hasn't got anything to do with driving, and I wouldn't link to any other pages that's not related. So the ideal way is to, I mean, you could have this all going up, pointing up to your home page, but I like to, so for example, if your main keyword is driving tips or golf driving tips, you could have that as a category and then interlink to your main category page where it shows all the driving tips that you're trying to display. Or you can do it the other way and try and rank these for long tail keywords. So for driving tips, you could have something like the best stance for driving. That could be a long tail keyword that could get some searches, or the best practices for downswing when driving. That could be another one. So you'd write these articles and keep them all organized within that category. Same with putting, same with your golf equipment, and same with your pro golf category, or whatever category that you've chosen. Now, a lot of the time, WordPress sites or any other content management system that you use will, or the theme that you choose, will display maybe your latest posts within an article, within the sidebar, sorry. And the problem with that is it's going to display all your latest posts, and they could have posts pointing to, for example, if you've written an article about driving, well, in the sidebar it could have three articles related to pro golfing or putting or something like that, and that's just not going to be all that relevant towards the driving content that you've written or published. Now, the way to get out of that is there are plugins that you can use to show only related posts within your sidebar or wherever it displays. So what I would do, I would either have a full width page for each one of my articles and only linking to each one of these articles within the article. That way it's super related, you're keeping relevancy on the page, and it's themed towards the keyword. One of the main ones for WordPress that I use, I think it's called custom widgets or custom sidebar widget. And basically what it does is I can create a custom sidebar for each one of these categories. So I can create a sidebar and then only display the latest posts within that category. So what it'll do is, if I've got a article about the best practices or the best stance for driving, well then every other article under that category, I can display that in the sidebar, or I can display it underneath wherever I want it, because it's a widget. Now, the best thing to do is keep, like you might have 5 articles. I would write, really big articles about each one of these. So say 3,000 words, or depending on what's already ranking. Say if there's if the keyword that you're trying to rank for, if you have a look on Google and analyze the top 3 spots and see how many words they have on each page, well, normally I'd go a little bit more than what they've already got, or go really epic. And say if they've got a 1,200 word article, I might go in there and write a 5,000 word article, but try and keep it as themed as possible towards the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So this is pretty much a silo structure. So silo structure is keeping everything organized, making sure it's easy for search engine crawlers to crawl your site, making sure that it's easy for your visitors to find the content they're looking for, and it just makes sense keeping things organized the way this is set out. So if you can do that with your site, it's going to create more relevancy on the pages that you're writing, it's going to be easier for you to rank, or it's going to show Google or search engines, the bots and crawlers, that's what this page is all about. So in future videos, I'll probably talk a little bit more about this, and I'll also be doing a demo website for you guys to check over. I'll build up a niche website eventually, and that way I'll show you guys how I go about creating a niche site and how I structure it using this method. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that thumbs up and the bell icon so you get notified of all my latest uploads. And also, if you're not a member of the group, do join. I'll approve you as soon as I can, and have a great day. Thanks, guys. Before you go, don't forget to download the Affiliate Marketing Ninjas cheat sheet.